Thanks, Coach. Well, both teams were hoping the rain would vacate the Green Bay area by kick, but alas, it's still falling pretty steadily in and around Lambeau Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the Green Bay Packers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Come on, fellas.
Ready! 50, plant!
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up.
Shoot!
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A huge play there right off the bat. 47 yards on the ground.
First down, Raiders.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. On second down, Jacobs. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stops at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. On third down, here comes Jacobs. And they snap him short of the 1st, as he can only get to the 20. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The kick by Carlson is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. Never ideal conditions in the snow for a kicker, but the first test on the opening drive, he passed it.
He certainly did. You know what the unit told me was their biggest issue playing in the snow? You just worry about something getting in your eye as the ball is snapped, and then you might miss it, and there goes 3 points off the board.
Here we go. Here we go. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Christian, Smooth.
To throw on second down. Crowder. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Markel Lee able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Jonathan Abram able to make the play defensively. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Let's go. 60 outlaw.
54. Let's go one more.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike 54. Here we go, D. Get off the field. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Get it.
To throw on 3rd down. Crowder. Able to find Harris complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh.
Watch 54. Hey, tight.
Yeah. Hey. Go.
Mike 54.
Here's Jacobs. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
70s, Indy.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt. So nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. The rookie first-rounder, Jonathan Abram, there to knock it away. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. It was Darnell Savage that time who was able to knock it away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10.
Switch it.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you not break out an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
That one a 1st down pickup of 8. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And caught by Henry. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. That one is caught by Hunt. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Escaping the pressure right. He's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
I think this one comes under the heading of sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because you and I both know coaches go crazy seeing their quarterbacks roll out, in this case to the right side, and try and throw back into the middle of the field. He got away with one there.
And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
You got to be ready for anything when you play defense against this head coach. That is not something you'd expect to see here in the red zone, but it winds up getting him a few yards.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Packers have taken the lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
First down pass intended for Darius Geis.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
52
2nd and 10. He's going to air one out. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
On the deep ball. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Joker.
Taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 38-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll set up a throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw here. And he completes it to Hunt. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Once again, it's Jacobs. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. Back to throw. Crowder. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 34. They run it with Jacobs. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Topper! Check. Hey, box drop. Now! Shoot!
Looking to throw on second down. Crowder. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Moreno. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Go!
On third down, Sapp. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be fourth down. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
He's coming, double up.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Not able to go anywhere that time. Second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10. They'll set up to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Hunt. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Back now at Lambeau. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
Jacobs now. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Rock it. Go. Stay tripping.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
Switch.
And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play that time for the Raiders. 68 yards on the ground. Clock running under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Jim. Kill. Turn up.
Score. Yeah. And ready?
Running is Jacobs. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
70.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
6 guys. Hey, team 6. Hey. Out.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jacobs. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now a carry for Jacobs. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one, because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 36-yard line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
You got it. You got it.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. 13 yards, 1st down Packers. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final 2 minutes. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Right there, 54 Mike. I'm coming for you. You mine. Check it backer, check it backer. No.
You're out.
Check.
Right. Fine.
On 1st down, it's Jacobs. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line.
Ready.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Look at me. Zipper.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. The handoff, Jacobs running to the left. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Undercrunch. Check 26, check 26. Kill.
Now.
Kill, kill.
Check, check. 5, 5. Hut. Now.
They go with Jacobs, and they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. They'll clock management 101.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. On first down, this is Geis. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. That one looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Point after now from Catanzaro. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory.
Next to score, Packers 21, Raiders 13.
Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're able to return this one all the way up to the 45.
First and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have time here, partner, for just one final lead.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know that.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Packers, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Oakland, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.